What's up, my fellow rejects? So, as we all know, the new Hive Scum class just came out today. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. As of this recording, I will later tonight when I stream it. But I wanted to go over the new update. So, patch notes 1.10.0. So there's a free update, of course, No Man's Land. It's out now. There's supposed to be a new story campaign and brand new operation. Then you got quality of life changes, balance adjustments, and bug fixes. Of course, the Hive Scum is released. So let's read this together and let me read it for you. So those of you that don't want to read it can multitask. So, the road to No Man's Land. A new story campaign has been added to Darktide, similar to Battle for Tertium. Play through 3 specific missions in a connected storyline, unlocking new chapters as you go. The first chapter starts with the Mobian 53rd fending off a heretical train hijacking via the Rolling Steel operation, followed by Excise Volt Spireside 13 as the second chapter. The third and final chapter of this campaign is the new operation, No Man's Land. Alongside it are 3 penances awarded for completing the campaign on various difficulties. The new story is a permanent addition to the game, meaning that these missions will always be playable at any time. Wow, that's pretty good. Additionally, for anyone who wishes to play the new mission without going through the short story, we'll make No Man's Land always available on mission board for a week after its release. After that, it will be added to the regular mission rotation pool. With the introduction of this, the campaign playlist has been renamed to Special Assignments and houses both the Battle for Tertium and the Road to No Man's Land campaigns. These special assignments will introduce new content in a narrative way, expanding Darktide's living story. And then they have another picture of what this looks like. So it looks pretty cool. It looks like you're really down there in the city, so that's pretty nice. Next bullet point says, in a city as ancient, war-torn, and enormous as Tertium, whole districts can fall into disrepair and be lost to the ravages of time. One such area, Consora's Folly, has been taken over by the Admonition. Your job is to accompany Knight Commander Dragor and his Lumen Rust battle team, Reinhardt, into this ruined zone. Your target, a long-lost fortress from a forgotten conflict, now a major base of operations for the insidious cult. Then they got a cool picture. A new Ogren personality, the Heavy. Big lad with a big attitude. Alongside the new Hive Scum class as a special treat to celebrate our 3-year anniversary, we have a new, free voice profile for the Ogren, fan favorite Tim Bentic, known for his role as Victor Saltspire in the Vermintide series, lends his voice to the new Heavy Ogren personality. The Heavy spent time amongst the various cartels that run Tertium's underworld. He's loud, aggressive, and fond of using rhyming slang, just like the Hive Scum. Upcoming in-game live event, the Day of Atonement. The stolen rations were tainted, and now the hamp blocks teem with infected. Atone for your deeds at the altars of Saint Messalina Gloriana. Now, after hearing the results of what everyone did, I mean, come on, y'all, like, the stuff was gonna be tainted, and you served it up, and now more innocent people had to suffer. So, I know. Personally, me, I would have been like, nah, I would destroy the damn rations. Infected. Now, we got to deal with the fallout. Alright. This event will start on Thursday, December 4th. Wow, okay. Disturbing news has reached us from the poor Hab zones in Tertium. The recovered rations that were recently distributed to unfortunate souls who reside in these districts appear to have been tainted. A great sickness has spread through these areas. My masters in the Ecclesiarchy have called for a Day of Atonement, you must beg our dear Saint Messalina Gloriana for her forgiveness and protection for our beloved Tertium. Pray at her blessed altars and scour the hive for any holy relics you can find, although through devotion can we hope to only through devotion can we hope to save our city. To make progress in the event, you need to play missions of the Atonement Condition, interact with the shrines presented in the missions, and defeat the enemies which show up after activation. Along the way, you can also gather holy relics for additional event progress. The rewards would be Ordo Dockets, Plasteel, Diamantine, and a cosmetic insignia. As a special celebration reward, those who complete the last tier event will receive 500 Aquilas. That's actually pretty nice. So, the first tier, for 200 relics, you get 50,000 Dockets. Second at 600, 3,000 Plasteel. 1,000, you get 4,000 Diamantine. 1,600, you get 3,000 Plasteel. 2,500, you get 100,000 Dockets. 3,600, you get the new insignia, and then finally at 45, you get the 500 Aquilas. So Regimental Bundle, Athonian Tunnel Rats. There's a new rotation in Commodore's Vestures and a new Regimental pack to go with it. Athonian Tunnel Rats, so check that out if that's something you're interested in. Fixes and tweaks, Havoc, rampaging enemies, fix an issue where the buff did not apply to drag captains. Whoa, okay. Rotten Armor, fixed damage reduction effect not applying correctly. There's a dev note. Rotten Armor works as follows. The rotten enemies spawn with a high damage reduction buff that is lowered when they take damage. So ultimately, end up giving the player a 25% increase in damage towards that target. This behavior wasn't working as intended at all times, thus making the modifier harder than expected. I heard that was an issue, so hopefully that resolves whatever issue people were having with Rotten Armor. The next thing here says it fixed an issue where the damage reduction only scaled with ranged damage. Dev note, it was unintentionally only affecting ranged weapons, but the intention is for both ranged and melee weapons to be affected. Next thing, contaminated stems. Blue stem. Move stagger resistance to the red stem. Lower damage reduction from 80% to 60%. The encroaching garden. Healing amount has been changed from a static 1200 HP per second to be based on the main armor type of the healed enemy as follows. Unarmored enemies heal for 1200 HP per second. Flak will heal for 950. Unyielding is 1100. Maniac is 950. Carapace is 800. Infested is 1000 per second. Okay. I've only played a little bit of Havoc, but I don't really have a group to go in with that, so I don't really play it very often. Moving on to the next major section here, general tweaks and quality of life changes. Added functionality to allow the deselection of blitz, auras, and abilities within talent trees, even if nodes below were selected. Leaving the talent tree menu in an invalid state will reset the tree to the layout it had originally entered. Wow. That's crazy. We have added 2 threat level unlocking bonuses for experienced players. If you already have unlocked the next threat level with another operative, you will receive a small bonus for each mission 1. The bonus is doubled if you have 2 other operatives with that threat level. Huh. Interesting. Wonder what that'll look like. You'll start receiving a wing streak bonus on your 3rd consecutive win and maintain the bonus until you face defeat. Add the following enemies to the meat grinder: the Plasma Gunner, Mutated Poxwalker, Infected Mobian 21st. The last 2 has also been added to certain penances as a requirement to unlock them in the meat grinder. Okay. The mission terminal has received some upgrades as follows. The click play button has been redone and now lives alongside a special assignments button. A condition text has been moved down alongside the primary and secondary objective of the mission in order to give more space to the details of any given mission. The font has been updated in order to more closely match the visuals. The special assignments window has new opening and closing animations. Campaign debriefs now display an animated waveform when hovering over them. We have added a kilo welcome offer to the Commodore's Vestige. The one-time purchase for players to receive an Aquila pack for a heavily discounted price. That's pretty cool. I think that'll like incentivize people to buy, the Aquila pack, especially if they haven't done so before. So that's available now. Tweak the damage efficiency hit marker indicators. Added a new light blue hit marker color to be displayed for hits with reduced damage efficiency. So this one's pretty cool, so check it out. So blue hit marker means negated or heavily reduced efficiency. A light blue hit marker means a reduced efficiency, and a white hit marker means high full efficiency. Dev note, this is to provide more information about hits that are not completely or almost completely negated, but that still are not delivering their full damage into the target. Okay. So I guess white means that's like you're not doing anything at all. Or how do you read this? Like it's negated, heavily reduced efficiency. Is blue supposed to be the one where it's like reduced damage efficiency, like completely? This one sounds like it's in the middle, and then yeah, maybe that's right. Like blue hit marker means it's completely negated. Light blue is like you drop down a little bit, and then white is almost as bad as negated, if that's how I am to interpret that. If anybody knows a little better than that stuff, these details, let me know. I'm a little confused about that. That's what I think that is, what that means. Updated the HUD iconography to better convey which strike team members could be in need of different pickups. Weapons not using ammo, like force staves, will show a grayed out ammo icon. Arrow-based bullets, like the Psyker ones, will show a new icon. Bullets not using grenade pickups, like for example the remote detonation, Blades of Faith, or big friendly rocks, will now show a new icon. Change the symbol Auspex minigame to longer generate 2 targets in the same column for consecutive rows. The key binding of the next item and previous item action no longer affects scrolling in a tactical overlay. Double clicking is now supported to equip weapon cosmetics. Interesting. Wow, that's cool. If a weapon family has only one mark, that mark will be properly displayed in the mark switching menu. For the RBDs, the Lone Wolf Blitzkrieg punishments split up into 2 separate values for the Voltaic Shock Mine and the RBD's grenades. That's going to be at 90 seconds and 45 seconds respectively. The Voltaic Shock Mine was too powerful to justify getting a free charge every 60 seconds. That's fair. Veteran Mark III Sapper Shovel tweaked the hitboxes and damage windows for several attacks. Increase the range of the heavy attack by 2. Thanks to player Utrick for bringing this to our attention. So yeah, big shout out there from the dev. That's nice. Dueling Sword, updated description and special action in the inspect screen to mention the apparel cost for Psyker operatives. The player's underclothing has now received new refined texture. New events information view. Sire Milk has received an upgrade in the form of a new events informational view. Here you can see information about currently active events, including rewards you can earn and your progress towards them. Bug fixes, journal fixes. Fix an issue where the preview voice option on cosmetics headgear would not work for Zealot and Ogrin. Fix instances of quick play button disappearing when swapping difficulties. Arbitrary class operas now appropriately respond to friendly fire. Fix an issue where suppression was not always correctly applied to players. There's a dev note here that says suppression is a system intended to make sway and spread worse while under heavy enemy fire to simulate flinching from near misses. Generally, precise ranged weapons suffer more while close combat weapons suffer less. Some talents and abilities make you or allies immune to suppression, and a veteran is always immune to represent their experience in combat. Okay, that's cool. Fix various talent buffs being presented with missing information in a tactical overlay. Fix various talent buffs not showing up in the HUD. Fix some cooldown reduction talents not giving the last second of CDR cooldown reduction before the duration ended. Fix the crash which could happen when two players interacted with the various Auspex minigames at the same time. Fix the enemies taking cover facing the player instead of the opposite side on the Mortis Trials, Theater of Rectitude. Fix an issue where Mastercrafted Shroud Field stated that the duration is increased by 5 seconds, the new total duration, instead of the accurate 2 seconds. Fix an issue where full bore could activate when shooting allies. Fix an issue where the unstable power description displayed an incorrect value. Fix an issue where the Mortis Trials objective to complete Wave 1 was being displayed in the Theater of Rectitude. Fix an issue in the weapon inventory where scrolling could make the weapon card become fixed on screen to leaving that screen. Fix an issue where players could try and discard an equipped Curio. Whoa. Thunderhammer. Fix an issue where the description of the shock and awe weapon blessing was displaying correct values. Dev note. Thanks to player Cooley, among others, for bringing this to our attention. Fix several cases of misaligned weapons in the inventory icons and shrine on the side. When changing weapon mark, all the weapon information will now be immediately updated in the weapon inventory once the changes take effect. The end of the mission screen now waits for all elements to be displayed before closing automatically. Oh, that's cool. Sometimes had that happen. Kind of annoying. Fix an issue where kinetic flare wouldn't properly activate when at critical flare, okay. Might have run into that a few times. The weapon preview in the mark screen will no longer rotate with player input. Fix an issue where Fury of the Faithful could lose its guaranteed empowered hit due to other damage instances. For example, ongoing bleed damage. Fix an issue where Just a Dream converted more peril than intended, and when it didn't, and where it didn't trigger effects such as Quietude. Fix an issue that was causing bots to not have the stat bonuses, resulting among other things in not having the correct amount of scaling for the wound statistic. Fix an issue where the timer bar in the mission except pop-up could have a bigger width than expected. This next section is cosmetic and animation fixes. The cosmetic accessory Mark, what's that, 8? Field Vox unit can now correctly be used on arbitrator operatives. Fix the visual issue with the Psychona tunic, the Mobian 53rd upper body cosmetic. It no longer appears see-through on the inside. Fix clipping issues on the arms with the Ogren Brute's battle armor, upper body cosmetic. Fix hair clipping issues on the Psyker Fabian Mark III Mind Vent Witch Crown headgear cosmetic. The head of the tentacled Ogren should now display properly. Fix an issue where inspecting weapons, skin reward and independence menu would show broken Ogren mannequin. Fix some cosmetic visual effects being visible in first person when switching cosmetics in the meat grinder. Okay. Then the last section here is known issues. There's a few known bugs they hope to fix soon. So first one is The attack audio for power weapons such as the Relic Blade, Power Falchion, Thunderhammer, and Power Sword is using default audio instead of the empowered sound effects. Hivescum Stim Supply description is missing the duration the crate stays active. Okay. Duration ability is 20 seconds. So these are going to be for Hivescum, so Focus Resolve talent is not properly triggering on specialist kills. The Blinder Blitz talent description does not mention that you can regain charges via a close range kill. This still works just fine, it just doesn't say how to do that. So the dual stub pistol stats critical bonus does not display any details in the spec screen and is not scaling as intended. Rampage combat ability description. It's missing toughness is replenished to full upon use. Attack speed should be melee attack speed, and missing this thing here where it says when ability ends, stamina is set to 0. Okay, because I was wondering about Rampage when they get exhausted. What does that look like? Looks like their stamina is just going to be 0, so like no running, I think no blocking. This last Hivescum thing is the voiceover for combat ability uses can't interrupt ongoing dialogue. So now we're moving on to not Hivescum specific. So some weapon skins in the commissary have outdated or otherwise incorrect names. Some of the text in the Psychanium tutorial, some penances, and some Hivescum talents are missing translations. Controllers for new battle for attrition option in the mission board is automatically open when playing on a controller. Play button disappears when entering and exiting special assignments. Mission highlight and difficulty isn't updated when switching difficulty. Back button fails to function when clicked after invoking the battle attrition window in the mission terminal. No, it's only when trying to click on the actual back button option in the lower left hand corner that button input works. The countdown when loading into a mission is not visible on the ready up screen. The new penances related to No Man's Land are missing penance score rewards. Deselecting certain nodes from the challenge tree can visually look like you can make illegal trees. This is only a visual bug. The talent tree is not saving with these impossible setups. The Sector upper body cosmetic Athonia 98 Witch's garb causes the character's hand to disappear. Okay, so that's all there is for the patch notes for what was it again? 1.10.0. So hopefully if you have had experienced those issues, those are resolved on your end. But that's all for this one. Later today I'll be streaming this. So yeah, hope you have fun, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.